Hello everybody. Today I'm going to continue working on my GUI system. Last time I started this canvas renderer that gives me just plain colored quads and actually textured quads too. I haven't really tested that yet, but I believe I have the ability to pass in any texture I want. So just to test that, I'm going to make a texture 2D here. I'll just call it test text. And I'm gonna just create that. I'm gonna just use the Suzanne mesh texture, Suzanne.textmesh, or textpix, I mean. And then I have to specify that as 4 bytes per pixel. And then so just for example, one of these here, I can provide the color, or I can also provide a texture. So I can say test text. Did I call it test text? Yeah, I guess so. And so if it runs, then I get an error. So that's a good thing I tested that, right? That's why you test your code. So let's see what the problem with that is. All right, so when I render the quad here with the texture, it passes the texture over to this one. And what does it do with that texture? It binds it. Well, I really don't get what the problem is, though. The texture is not null. Positions, let me see. Yeah, so that should be all fine, all well and good, unless I set up something incorrectly. Just out of curiosity, if I change this to 1, because that's I pretty much copied and pasted my text renderer for my canvas renderer, so I'm seeing if maybe instead of, okay, that had no effect. All right, so I'm actually glad that didn't change anything. So let's see, what is the issue when I try to, because obviously if I comment that out and then recompile it, everything's fine. Yeah, so then if I try to run it with the texture, it doesn't work. So 646 is the problem, and then it's complaining. It's weird that it's getting stuck here, though. I mean, I figure it would get stuck here, because this function is doing the same thing. Or does it take the address of it? I don't think so. Yeah, so it's not even happy with that. But maybe something else wrong. Yeah, so it doesn't, yeah, I just passed the texture straight up because it's just a pointer to a DirectX texture, more or less. So I don't know why that's wigging out right there. Let me see if I recompile, rerun. So yeah, it really does not like here. The depth is 0. All right, so what if I, instead of that one, I tried to send in the textured mesh renderer's default texture? All right, so that gives me a little bit of a clue as to what the problem could be. So let me go ahead and step into there. And is it? Oh my goodness, I think it's getting called recursively. This takes a 2vec2s, a texture, and a float. So instead of calling this one, oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of, I forgot to provide the color. That's so dumb. All right, oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. Oh well, whatever. There we go. So back to my original test. And that's not working now anymore. Did I delete it? Jeez. Test text. There we go, finally. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do, just to test to make sure the textures are working. It's a good thing I did test it because it really wasn't working, but I fixed it, so that's good. Okay, so yeah, now I'm gonna get rid of this here. What I'm gonna do is try to pass over the ability to render canvas quads from the game. So to do that, I'm going to make a buffer like I did with the debug at the text renderer and the textured mesh renderer as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and start that. And then my goal eventually is to combine this buffer with the one I'm about to make with this text buffer and get those kind of cohesive. I'm gonna stick with canvas. I'm probably gonna end up changing this name. I don't like the name canvas. I'm gonna call it GUI buffer. So what do I need? So I can now, I don't know why I didn't use my vector. I guess I didn't have the vector2 written then. But anyway, I'm gonna do that now. Vector2 positions. And then I need some kind of indicator for how many of these I can make. Let me just say, I'm gonna call it GUI items because I think I'm gonna eventually go to that name anyway. So we can make max number of those. Did I mess that up? No. Okay, so I need positions, then I need a scale. And then I need colors. I probably should do that first. Whoops. And then we need, so I'm really planning to optimize the way I'm doing textures. There's really no need for me to bind every single texture for every object that I'm rendering, but for now, everything's just for now. I'm going to do it that way. I think that's it. So now I think I can add one of those to my game state. Oops. And then go to the game and then make that, well, I'll call it add quad to buffer. And I'm probably gonna have to make multiples of this function. Overloaded or overridden, I forget which one's which. Static void add quad to buffer. So then we're basically going to take everything out of that. And put it in the buffer. Oh, yeah, I forgot I need to know how many I'm adding to this buffer. I don't know, I really should keep my terminology straight, but I'm gonna mix it. Eventually, I think everything's gonna be just GUI, not text or canvas. Okay, so then the index is equal to the buffer's total GUI items, and then I can increase that, and then I'm gonna say that the buffer positions at index is equal to the position. And I want to do the same for the scale. And the color. And the texture. So buffer textures at index equals texture. Okay, so let me compile that. No errors there. Let me call that function and see add quad to buffer. So I'm going to pass in the game state. Oh, wait. So this needs the default texture. Well, I guess I can just, for now, yeah, I'm just going to make a default texture in the buffer here. Got a lot of stuff going on here. All right, so then actually, not doing anything else with the buffer. You know, I'm not going to do a default texture. I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to say, like, if this is 0 or something. I don't know. And maybe I will. I don't know. Okay, so I guess here I'm doing stuff with the text buffer, so it's not too weird. Okay, so then I want to say that the Canvas default texture is create. Oh wait, I need to get it from the state. Create texture 2D. Oh, I can only do it by file name. I don't have that ability. Oh no. I didn't even think about this. So I have to create texture 2D. Oh, you know what? It's not that complicated, I don't think. I can just, since they have different signatures, I think I could give them the same name. Probably not, though. Let me try. This needs to be U8 pointer data, U32 width, U32 height. Will it let me? It's not going to let me give them the same name, though. Parameter list does not match between declarations. 184, 183. Yeah, so I gotta change the way this is done. Create 2D from file, from data, and that's gonna break some stuff. OS functions, Saguinus CPP 281. Yeah, let me put that on hold for now. 322. From file. Yeah, it is. Oh, I put. Okay. There we go. Create texture 2D from file. Are you sure? Create texture 2D from file 2D. I guess you are sure. There we go. Alright, so now 391 is unhappy because this is all messed up still. What else? What else? And yeah, over here. Create texture 2D from file. Oh wait, I got that backwards actually. Now here's a question. Is it going to know if I say from file here and then from data here, does it know which one's which? Or do I have to actually rename the... That seems like it knows. Okay. I'm going to assume that it's all good there. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm adding the canvas renderers. No, canvas buffers. Oh, that's going to be from the game state. Canvas buffers dot default texture, which I still have to make. All right, so the default texture is create texture 2D from data. I'm going to put in the data here. It's going to be 1 by 1, 4 bytes per pixel. So U8, I'll call this TDAT. All right, how does that work? It all does. It compiles, it runs, everything's good. It's not showing anything because now I need to rework my render quad function here. There it is. Okay, so this is now going to become a render canvas buffer. And this takes a canvas buffer pointer. And is that it? I feel like I need more. No, I guess not. All right, so it's more or less doing all of this stuff just in a loop. So I want to set up everything, and then this is going to have to happen more than once. So let me see. I'm going to do this really dumb for now. I don't really care. U32 tote is the buffers total GUI items, and I gotta remember, I always forget, I gotta remember to reset that back to 0. All right, so for U32 I is less than tote. And then for every one of these, I'm gonna just do all of that. And I know that's not the most efficient way to do it, but I just want to get results to the screen at the moment. That is it. That is all I care about. So this now needs to be, so this is going to down be canvas. Oh yeah, I actually need to pull. No, that's fine. Buffer default texture. That's that. Everything else. Yeah, okay, so let me pull out all the other stuff I need. So vector 2 position. Positions at I. Did I just call it scale and not scales? I did. Wait. Oh, okay, that's ag text. Okay, there we go. I got really confused for half a second there. Okay, scale is still not a member. That's Win 619. Oh yeah, there we go. Wait, no. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay, so then the texture data is all going to be like that for now, but I think when I do the text, I'm going to change that. Vertex colors, depth. Oh yeah, so the depth is going to be different. So F32 depth is going to be negative 0.9999. And then every time I set the depth, I'm going to just subtract. That much. So the next time it'll be on top. And this is going to be the buffers colors at I. And I don't know, that might be it. I think that's it. Let me see if it actually compiles. All right, so that's not running anything because I need to also call that function. So let me do this last. I'm gonna run this on top of everything. Okay, there's my quad. Let me see if it matches up with my dimensions here. Doesn't look right. Add quad to buffer. So 100, 100, and then 200 by 400. Yeah, I guess that is right. All right, cool. So now, so if I add one on top of it, let's say 50 by 50, and then I make it slightly more transparent. Let's see what that looks like. Oh no. Okay, so I would prefer if, wait, yeah. Oh no, hold on. I got that wrong. I got that wrong. Wait. There we go. This should be plus equals. And still not there. Oh yeah, no, it is there. Actually, I'm gonna flip those around. So 250 by 150. Let's make it less transparent. There we go. Okay, so yeah, now it seems to be working. So I can put quads there, I can put textures in them, and it all seems to be fine for now. But there's still a lot more work to do, because I don't always want to have to provide a color and a texture. So I think I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I make a second function that doesn't take as much data. But then I could also use that other function if I want. So I think it'll all work out. Okay, so you're gonna pass in the default texture there, and then here is going to be, oh no, I had that backwards. Actually, let me go ahead and copy that here. That should be good, and then this one should be just the white color. All right, so that should all be good there, and then, so now, what I would like to do ultimately is change the way text works using this canvas renderer. Okay, so anyway, now that I have that, I can get rid of these render quads here. And so now I'm just operating on this one buffer. And I want to combine this and this, because they're doing so similar of a thing that I can really just get one to do the other. If I can figure it out, if I can think about how to make it work. I'm thinking what I should do is maybe move this part here where I'm getting the characters, move that from the operating system into the game, and then build up texture components as well. Right, so like if I here, so then I can have like a vector2 array of texture offsets. And then another one of texture scales. And then when I submit a quad to be rendered, I can also submit a texture offset and scale, which could be a letter, right, from a font. So let me see, let me think about this. If I add quad, add text buffers. Let me just kind of brainstorm here. So add text to, I'm just going to call it add text to canvas. I'm going to probably change that. And then take in all the same stuff, although this can just be now vector 2. Okay, so when I do that, I can iterate through the string, but I should also get a font. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a font in my game state. I don't already have one. No. Okay, I'm going to put that here. Actually, it'll be a pointer. All right, and then so I'm going to just set the font to the text renderer's debug font. That's the only font I got. Wait, isn't it just called debug font? Oh, it's got to be a address though. Yeah. All right, so that all works. So my canvas renderer now has access, or actually not my canvas renderer per se, but my whole game state now has access to fonts. So here I can get the font out of here. Equals state current font. So I'm getting the font out of that. I'm gonna get the canvas buffer out of that. And then yeah, so then I kind of need all this stuff here. And just put it all here for now. And what I want to do is, well, I need that while loop as well. I really think about it. So that should just be string, and then while c is not 0, we're going to do all of this stuff here. So we're going to search for the font's character. Okay, let's see if that compiles. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Yeah, okay, so it compiles, it runs. Wait, I didn't even really check. Yeah, it does. Okay. So now I need to figure out how to get this information into this information. Which means that this now needs to take in 2 more vectors for the texture and the, yeah, okay, so let me do that. Okay, so if I'm not doing any text, then really all I need to do for the texture offset is 0 and the texture scale is just 1. I really feel like I'm overthinking this whole thing. But I'm going to do it the complicated way, and then I'm, through my mistake, let the simple way expose itself to me. So add quad to buffer. None of the two overloads can convert all the argument types. So we got vector 2, vector 2. Oh, it's vector 4. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. I was calling the original one. So that would have to go like that, and then that would have to go like that, I guess. Yep, same. Okay. So that's good. Really don't know where I'm going from here. I need to so basically from here I'm going to call this function but then provide all of the information. I don't know, my mind's going blank right now. I'm going to take a break and come back at this a little bit later because I'm really not sure where I want to go with this. So I'm going to wrap it up here for now, but I'll come back shortly. So I'll be back. Thank you.